Welcome to Episode 8, Marva Sailing, on our boat here, Sanctuary, here in Deltaville, Virginia. We are going to set off from Deltaville to get to Hampton via Yorktown, and we are setting our compass headings and checking our knots. Originally, we thought of doing the trip in one day, but anywhere from 9 to 11 and a half hours is much too long for one day, so we will be stopping in Yorktown halfway through our particular journey. So we're getting our provisions set, checking our apps, and predict wind's very helpful. You can see the winds coming from the north to the south, but coming from behind us, directly behind us, so we may have to motor sail. This app gives us the wind direction, current, tides, precipitation, waves, and our forecast. Well, we're on our way. Beautiful day. Got some wind. Looks like it's coming from the south. We'll see how it goes. But it's gorgeous. Cloud cover. That's Glenn's Island over there, just past the Pianca tank. Obviously out of the Rappahannock, past the Pianca tank. If you look at the very upper left-hand corner, you'll see us exiting out of the Rappahannock, and then you'll see the Pianca River, and then you'll see that triangle, which is Gwen's Island, as we head south, bearing 90 degrees. So there's a really odd lighthouse that comes right out of the water, and you may be able to see it by get a little bit closer. It's some way off, believe it or not. When we get closer, it's pretty cool. Which, believe it is, which means that's basically the eastern shore. It's not that far off, really. You know, you could see land off from both sides at this point. And there it was, our very first tall ship in sight, the Pride of Baltimore II, that we were able to look up via the internet. It's a Baltimore clipper. It was involved in the War of 1812. Scott and I are having our inaugural graduation really out of the Rappahannock River. We are sailing to basically Yorktown, a little place called Seaford Marina, and then tomorrow we're going to Blue Water Marina, which is in Hampton. We're pretty excited about it. It's been a phenomenal trip. We've motor sailed most of the way because there hasn't been much wind, but the water's been absolutely terrific. It's been a gorgeous, absolute day, and we're having a blast. We even have our new Sanctuary shirts on, which are looking good. The bottom's still on the back. Better than a tattoo, I'll tell you that. Anyway, we're having a blast, and we've probably got about 2 hours to go. So we've been out here for 4 hours, and everything's looking great. Scott's doing a fantastic job, and just enjoying our life.
87 today. It feels like 67.
So once again, we're fortunate. We see another tall ship, a schooner, the Sultana. And we get to see via our GPS, which shows the name of the ships as they pass by and near us. It was launched in 2001. It's a schooner, a reproduction of a Boston-built merchant vessel that served for 4 years as the smallest schooner ever commissioned in the British Royal Navy. We have arrived just outside of Yorktown at Seaford Yacht Club, where we've safely docked for the evening. And thanks to Kevin, the dockmaster there, we also give a customary flag of our Stingray Point Yacht Club to their club in thanks. Thank you, Kevin. Well, sales and schedules, like mixing wines and ales, as they say. Gotta let Mother Nature have her mercurial way. It turned out to be an exceptionally rainy, windy day on the Thursday when we were supposed to go to Hampton, so we had to wait it out and spend another night. So we were able to set off finally on Friday morning. It was come and go whether we were going to head all the way back to Deltaville or not, but we found a window between roughly 10 and 2 o'clock or 10 and 3 o'clock that looked possible. So we set off from Seaford down to Hampton and Blue Water Marina.
See those thick white clouds over to the right?
Yep.
Yeah, those are rain clouds for sure. Expect that they'll be cleared out when we get there.
All right, heading out of this channel. So there's the outlet to York River and down south. See it there, there's a little beach there. It's kind of adorable. And the cloud cover looks pretty good. So you can see on our GPS all of the tall ships coming in over that Hampton tunnel, as you can see, and they're heading into Norfolk as they go south. We will be going more towards Hampton. We'll be making a right back up north as we cross that area. We're about 2 hours behind them, unfortunately, so we missed out on literally seeing some 60 ships from 20 different countries come into Norfolk for the 250th anniversary of our nation.
They're meeting us, Tom.
Well, to our great surprise, the Blue Angels suddenly were practicing overhead. We were able to watch them for about a half an hour kind of go back and forth and fly all around us. It was pretty spectacular. As you all probably already know, they're out of Pensacola, Florida, at the Naval Air Station there, and they are pilots from the Marine and the Navy Corps. Pretty absolutely spectacular, and so glad to see them there. And we'll see them tomorrow at the Tall Ships celebration for this Sail 250 Virginia Parade of Ships on the 19th.
Way up.
There's someone here.
Big pod. About a quarter mile.
heading towards Hampton. We're at a heading approximately 200 degrees. A little bit off that now. Wind's pushing against us a bit. Let's get back to 200. There we go. Right on line. Looking good. Water 17 feet deep. And there is Hampton in the distance. You can see probably all of the Navy Yard stuff. I'd mentioned earlier that we had about a 4 to 5 hour window because there was a storm coming from west to east, and it did luckily move in that direction behind us. You can see by the dark clouds and the rain. We were so glad to have missed it. All right, family, after a very successful journey, about 4.5 hours, we are heading into Safe Harbor Blue Water Marina in Hampton. So you'll see, as we are at Hampton Harbor, down that way is Norfolk. There's the Naval Yard over there. You can see all those ships, battleships, etc.
Copy, good energy. You're coming in for a transient stay with us tonight?
Here's Marina.
Yes, sir.
So having a great time today on our return from Hampton. We are actually already at the York River, which is pretty fantastic. Good timing. And if you look to our right on the map, there's an area that is designated as the shipping channel. And you can see all of the boats just lined up in a row, carrying cargo, probably all around the world, out of most likely, Hampton area goal is to steer due north, which we are at 0 degrees basically, due north. We're following a sailing vessel called Perseverance right there. We're also following, or side by side, another one called Shanks Marie, which is right there. You can see that on the map, see their name, see how fast they're going. Otherwise, it is a very quiet day. Another sailboat behind us. We've seen some dolphins, but once again, I could not get the camera out fast enough to get a picture of them. One day. All right, it's about noon on Father's Day, and we're all about at the halfway point from Hampton to Stingray Point Marina in Deltaville. It's basically roughly an 8-hour trip. So we've traveled 4 and we have a little bit less than 4 to go. In front of us is Wolf Trap Lighthouse, which is a very odd figure. So in order to switch the camera, you have to turn it off. You may not be able to see it in the distance. When I get closer, we'll get some really good views of it. Building, little lighthouse, right in the middle of this portion of the bay, of course towards the inland channels, etc. It's a really interesting structure. Safe Harbor, Stingray Point, Safe Harbor, Stingray Point. This is Sanctuary. This is Sanctuary coming into dock. Coming down the channel, should be in about 10 minutes. Safe Harbor, Stingray Point. This is Sanctuary. Thank you for taking the time to watch another episode from Marvis Sailing and the Stowaway Dreamer here on Sanctuary. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I want to thank Scott, my co-captain. We had a spectacular trip and we learned a heck of a lot over our half-week long trip. All the best. Until next time.